So I've been telling you all about the bands that I don't like, and I got a lot of comments asking me what bands I actually do like. So here's a list of 25 of my favorite heavy bands, my favorite album from that band, and my favorite song on that album. Let's get into it. The first album is going to be And Justice for All by Metallica, with my favorite song being Blackened. I might not be the biggest Metallica fan when it comes to their newer stuff, but their first 5 albums are perfect. And by the way, this list is in no particular order. Number 2 is going to be Far Beyond Driven by Pantera, with my favorite song being Slaughtered. Far Beyond Driven was the first Pantera album I ever bought, and in my opinion, it's a perfect metal record. Number 3 is going to be Chaos AD by Sepultura, with my favorite song being Nomad. That riff in the verse is so unbelievably heavy. Number 4 is going to be South of Heaven by Slayer, favorite song being South of Heaven. Slayer is one of my favorite bands, and on that album they decided to switch up the tempo a little bit, creating some of the heaviest riffs they've ever written. Number 5 is Rust in Peace by Megadeth. My favorite song is Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. I'll admit it took me quite some time to acquire a taste for Dave's voice, but all these years later, I actually really like it. Number 6 is going to be The Dead Walk by the Acacia Strain, with my favorite song being Whoa, Shut It Down. The Acacia Strain is one of the heaviest bands I've ever heard, but sadly, once their guitar player DL left the band, it hasn't been the same. Number 7 is going to be Around the Fur by Deftones, with my favorite song being Lotion. Deftones have evolved their sound quite a bit over the years, but that second album was amazing. Just as heavy as the first record, but better production. Number 8 is Ashes of the Wake by Lamb of God, favorite song Hourglass. In my opinion, Lamb of God is one of the best modern metal bands still out there doing it, and this song Hourglass has one of my favorite metal riffs of all time. Number 9, Low by Testament, favorite song Dog-Faced Gods. Testament has had quite a few legendary musicians play in their band over the years. On this album, you have John Tempesta on drums and the legendary death metal guitarist James Murphy on guitar. This is one of my favorite Testament albums, and it's the beginning of Chuck Billy introducing his death metal voice. Number 10, Destroy Erase Improve by Meshuggah, favorite song Future Breed Machine. This is the first song I ever heard from Meshuggah, and with that awesome breakdown at the end, I've been a fan ever since. Number 11 is going to be Process of Self-Development by the band Candiria. Favorite song, Work in Progress. This song features Jamie from Hatebreed and Phil from Irate as guest vocalists. Candiria is one of my favorite hardcore bands, and definitely worth checking out. Number 12 is going to be the album Vision of Disorder by Vision of Disorder, also known as VOD. Favorite song is going to be Through My Eyes. VOD is a heavy hardcore band that was incorporating vocal melody early on, mixed with their screaming. VOD was a hardcore band that mixed screaming and vocal melody early on. I used to listen to this album almost daily in high school. Well, hi there, Future Me here, and I'm here to tell you that unfortunately we have to cut the video in half due to time constraints. The fact that I went over 25 bands and my decision to say a little blurb about each band made this video longer than I expected it to be. That being said, part 2 comes tomorrow. Why don't you take a guess what other bands you think are on the second half of my list?